Hey guys, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel, and if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see some more from me. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been having the hardest time today. We have 3 dogs, and one of them is being extremely needy, so I didn't think that I was going to be able to film without literally holding her right here on my chest. Like, every time I sat down to film, she just started like whining and like clawing at the chair. Like, yeah. So I am going to try to sit down and just kind of do a little simple chit chat, get ready with me today. Just kind of, you know, explaining to you guys who I am, why I wanted to start this channel, and everything like that. Just give you a little bit of information about me. Don't know if you'll want to see it or not. I don't really have anything planned out as to what I'm gonna say. I thought I would just kind of freehand it off the top of my head. However, now that I'm sitting here, I'm not really sure if you want to hear anything about me, or if you just want to watch me do makeup. So if you don't want to hear about me, just, you know, stay tuned, but just skip this video and watch the next, I guess. I don't know. But, so since I'm doing like a chit chat, get ready with me today, I'm just going to be doing, you know, an eye look, but I'm not going to be going through the steps that I am using to achieve that look, but you'll be able to see me while I'm doing it, and I'll list all the products down below in the description bar. And if you hear whining or anything, that's Christy. That's the little dog that, she's a Dachshund, and she's very sensitive, and she wants me to hold her really bad. I thought I was going to get away with making this video, but let me try to pick her up. Hold on. All right, guys. I picked her up, this little baby. She's come in the middle of our videos before. She literally just likes to sit in your lap all the time. So I'm going to try my best to do this without dropping her. I know it sounds horrible, but she's pretty good at staying. So we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, if she makes me hold her up here like she likes to be held, then I'll just talk and we won't have a completed makeup look. Oh yeah, I really don't know like what you guys would want to know about me. You know, I live in South Carolina, as you already know, so I deal with the brutal southern heat and humidity down here. It's absolutely crazy. I am a huge animal lover. Me and my husband, I am married, and me and my husband, Austin, have 3 dogs. One of them you've already met. She is our Dachshund, and she is just such a sweetie pie, but she is very, very needy, emotionally needy. She like can't stand not touching her humans. So yeah, what's the point in having a human child when you got this baby? So I just get to, you know, carry her around and rock her all day pretty much. But she's really sweet. We absolutely love her. That's especially my husband. That's his baby. Then we also have a big old German Shepherd. His name is Chance, and he is a really big like goofball. Like he's super duper smart, and he's our just big goober of the family basically. And then we have an old lady, which she's a Jacoby, which is a Jack Russell Beagle mix, and she doesn't like anybody. She doesn't like other animals. I mean, if you pet her, she'll be your best friend for life. But like if she has her choice, she's just gonna stay to herself all the time. Like she just likes to lay in her bed and do her own thing. And yeah, she's our grumpy old lady. She wasn't like that when she was a puppy, but she's getting on up there in years. So as she gets older, it's just what we deal with. It's just what happens. So yeah, I don't really know, but we love them. They're our kids. But I really, you know, I really just enjoy doing this. I love doing makeup. That's the reason that I started this channel. Makeup is like, I'm disabled. So I probably shouldn't be telling you guys this. Like, you probably don't care and you don't want to know, but I have physical disabilities. I won't go into detail with them or anything because I know that a lot of you guys aren't doctors and stuff like that, but I have severe problems with my spine and my nerves and everything like that. So it causes a lot of limited movement. You know, I mean, just I'm constantly in pain. Like every single moment of every single day, I'm constantly in pain. It's literally, when I wake up in the morning, a matter of, okay, after I take my medicine for the morning, like, am I going to be at between a 1 to 10 pain scale? Am I going to be at a 10 today, or am I going to be at a 7? And a 7 is good for me. Like, I'm never, ever, ever below a 7. Like, yeah. I don't know. And I've been through, you know, I know everybody's going to be like, oh, go to the doctor. Well, you know what? I'm not an idiot. So I've been to the doctor. This is something that I've been dealing with since high school, actually. You know, and it's something that has gotten exasperated over the years as I've gotten a little bit older. And it was an injury at first that actually got re-injured just a few years later after it happened. And my right arm, this arm right here, was actually totally paralyzed for like a couple of years. Like, it was really scary, and everybody was like, after it passed a certain point, at first the doctors were talking about, you know, like, oh, well, nerves regenerate at a very, very slow speed. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I want to say it was something like half a centimeter per year or something like that. They're like, so nerves regenerate themselves and they regrow, but it's just at such a slow speed that we don't really know, you know, how long this is going to take, or what you are going to be able to get back and what you're not. And all of that really fun stuff. So that was like super scary to go through. And then once I got to a certain point in my therapy, like, I mean, they had me going religiously. Like, I basically lived at my therapy place. Like, I was in occupational therapy, physical therapy, like had to have massage therapy 3 times a week, and I was there like every day. Like, I was part of the family at my therapist office. So that was crazy. But once I reached a certain point in my recovery, they were like, I don't know, you know, I might have some bad news for you. I don't know if you're ever gonna start getting it back. And they had me on, you know, medicine that regenerates nerve growth and helps stimulate it and stuff like that. But it just took a really long time. And I got to a certain point and they're like, this is about the time that we should start seeing, obviously, like some kind of recovery. And since we've seen like nothing so far, like literally nothing, like I'm really nervous and scared that maybe we just won't, you know, like maybe that's all you're gonna have for the rest of your life. And I was like, I was so young, and I was like, oh my God, like I was fully freaking out for a few weeks. And then actually it was like a few weeks later that all of a sudden I'm putting my shirt on one day to go to my therapy, and it hurt. And I couldn't believe that it hurt, that I like felt my shirt going on. Like, I remember it was like in the back of my shoulder. It was just one spot that I felt anything, but it hurt so bad just from my shirt just brushing it. And I was like, ah, at first because of the pain, and then I was like, wait, oh my gosh, I felt that. Like, it was only in one tiny little spot, but like I was so excited that I felt it. Like, I can't describe that feeling because I had been so just depressed and down, and you know, like just thinking, because they had just broken the news to me that, oh, well, it sucks, but it looks like you're going to be this way forever, you know, and that's not something that you want to hear at that age. Like, no, like, you don't, I mean, like, I was like 20 years old, like, no, I'm supposed to be in college, I'm supposed to be, like, just starting out in life. Yeah, so that was, it took up several of my years. That was a lot. And I went through all of that, and then after I finally started, you know, having some feeling come back into my arm, then the therapist, because before they couldn't really do anything, like they were hooking me up to machines every day, and you know, doing stuff for me every day just to try to generate some kind of movement. And I had actually, it had been so long that I wasn't able to like move it myself that I got, I don't remember what the exact word is for it, what the medical term is, but I got something that's like lockjaw, but for your joints, your shoulders. Like if you can't move them for such a long length of time, they will lock up on you. So the therapists were doing the best that they could to move them for me, and do that for me, but you know, it wasn't doing everything. So I got a little bit of that, and so I still don't have full range of motion with that arm or anything like that. And you'll see me sometimes, like when I'm holding my pencils, like they'll slip or my fingers do something weird because I still get spasming a lot all the time. And so it's still really hard for me to do some things, but the thing, like, I can't express to you what doing makeup has gotten me through. Like, I've been through some really hard times in my life, and makeup is always like my savior. Makeup is always that thing that I'm so stressed out and I'm in so much pain in the middle of the night. Like I can't even sleep. Like I can't get any relief at all. Like I get up and do makeup for hours and I just focus on the makeup that I'm doing and what I'm putting on my face. And it helps my body and my mind relax and just takes my mind off of so much stuff. So, I mean, makeup really just means so much to me personally. And I just really wanted to share that with you guys. Like, I wanted to share what makeup can do for somebody, because it's not just about looking good. I mean, if you are only wearing makeup just because you think that it's going to make you look better, I don't think that that's, you know, a good enough reason to, like, wear makeup because it makes you feel good as a person. Wear makeup because it does something for you. Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot to say on that, but I'm gonna try to just tone it down because I know that y'all probably don't want to hear that. But so yeah, that's kind of how I got here. I don't know. I don't know really what all to say. I mean, it's just kind of been a crazy ride for me. Like, an intense crazy ride. But I just feel like in some way, like, I wanted to share a little bit about myself with you guys. Like, I wanted you to know a little bit about who I am as a person, like why I'm doing this. Like, you know, I don't want you to feel like you're just watching a total stranger just put makeup on their face, you know, because I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit weird. So I want you to be able to understand me on, you know, some kind of level and just understand where I'm coming from, because I'm not really like everybody else that you meet. I know I'm not the only disabled person at all. But I'm not like a lot of these other, you know, YouTube beauty bloggers and all of that stuff, that I'm not just doing it for the money. I'm not just doing it, you know, because, you know, I'm not going to give you some review on a brand just because a company told me to say these things. Like, I do it because I love it. It's a passion of mine. It's gotten me through some of the hardest times. So if I don't like something, I'm going to be 100% honest with you and let you know, like, here's a different product that works so much better. Oh my gosh. And speaking of that, you guys, speaking of different products that work so much better, so on my last video, the back to school video, I used this Milani concealer for the first time, and I thought that I absolutely loved it. I thought that it was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. Sorry, I had to pick the dog up. Okay, no, I am so sorry. I've been wearing it over the past few days now, and it makes me have texture where I don't have texture. It enlarges my pores. Like, I don't have it on right now, so you can't see, but it enlarges my pores so much, and it makes it look like I have extra fine lines and extra pores and extra everything where I don't. Like, I have enough problems with my skin. I don't need your help putting extra on there, Milani, okay? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I absolutely love Milani. I mean, most of their other products, and I thought that I was going to love that too, and I did at first. I was really impressed at first. No. If you're looking for a good drugstore concealer, the Maybelline Age Rewind is fantastic if you're looking for like a thinner formula. If you want something a little bit thicker, the Maybelline Fit Me for sure. This baby though, look at her, diggity. She's pitiful. I'm gonna try to set her down because I absolutely can't finish my makeup with her in my lap. Oh, stay down there. Her bed's like right beside me, so I thought she would be perfectly fine. Like, just stay in there. She can see me, she can touch me, but nope. I didn't even bring a good mirror with me. I should have. I'm just messing this all up. So y'all probably don't want to copy this makeup look. I'm just gonna be honest because I know I'm not doing a really good job. But whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of sit down with you guys and let you know where I'm coming from and all of that good stuff. Sorry, I have to be quiet every time I do this. I don't really know why, I just have to. Like, it doesn't work another way. If I'm talking, apparently I can't draw a straight line. So it's just how it is. I don't know. But whatever. Okay, let me do the other eye. I don't know if you can hear that sniffing, but my German Shepherd's behind me trying to sniff the little dog that I just put down. And he's like he knows that she's been in my lap. He's like, why can't I sit in mommy's lap? He's too big, but literally when he was a baby, I got him like around the time that I was going through all those medical issues. And when he was a baby, he was the best puppy ever. Like, oh, he was so good. He knew, like, I had him trained to, like, come to the bathroom with me. Because, believe it or not, your shoulder, like, if you can't use your shoulder area, sorry, it's getting really dark. Woo! Here we go. But believe it or not, like, if you can't use your shoulder area, that's actually, like, it takes up more muscles than just your shoulder. Like, it restricts your back. It restricts a lot more motion than just your shoulder. And I didn't know this at the time until I found out the hard way, of course. But yeah, so when I would have like really, really bad days and stuff, he knew, like, he was trained to come to the bathroom with me because I couldn't like get up and down and like in and out of the shower by myself. So he was such a good boy. Like, he is awesome. And he'll still like help me out sometimes. Like when I'm really having a bad day and I'm struggling to walk. I have a degenerative disease in my spine. So it's not just my shoulder and my arm and that injury. I have a degenerative disease, sorry, as well. So as I'm getting older, not only am I having to deal with the problems of my arm and everything, but gotta deal with that as well. So that's fantastic. But he still knows, like, he's getting on up there. I mean, he's like, I don't know how, he's like 6, but he still, I think, remembers, like, because I went through such hard times when he was just a little bitty baby, and he remembers. So if I get up and I'm like, I can't hardly move my legs and I can't walk really well, he knows, and he's like automatically like by my side so I can like grab him and use his back to like steady myself. Man, he's awesome. That's my boy. That is my buddy. These colors are not showing up on camera very well today for some reason. And it's this lighting. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for this lighting, you guys. I don't really know what else, you know, you guys want to know about me. You should probably know that, man, the strangest stuff happens in my life. I'm going to tell you what, like I was just telling you about my physical issues, my physical injuries, like, okay, that, but it's not just that, like, just weird stuff generally happens to me. I don't know why. It's like a family trait. It's me and my mom as well. Like, she has had the worst luck with her health lately. Like the past few years, I don't understand it. We have been both well, no, not me, because I've had physical issues, but like she has had the best health like her whole life, and she's not old. She's not old at all. But all of a sudden, a few years ago, just like out of nowhere, she goes to the doctor and she's like, I'm just feeling really tired. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just feeling so tired. And so they're like, well, let's just do some blood tests, you know, see what's going on. Blood tests turn into them calling her and being like, you don't have any hemoglobin. So I don't even know how you're walking right now. Like, she was like the lowest amount of hemoglobin that they've ever had in a patient in South Carolina that was still up and able to move, and somehow she was just walking. And so they called her with like she was on her way back to work, and they called her and they're like, get to the hospital right now, like you need an emergency blood transfusion. Like, I don't even know how you're getting around. So yeah, that happened, and that turned into like we couldn't figure out what was wrong, to like for the life of us could not figure it out. We had no idea what was going on. And then, so we spent so much time in the hospital and everything, like legitimately trying so hard to figure out like why is this happening to her? I don't understand it. And then come to find out, she had some rare form of blood cancer. We're like, really? Like, why couldn't it have been an easy one? Like, no cancer is ever easy. Like, I promise, no cancer is ever easy. But like, yeah, it's just the kind of luck that my family has. Like, if we're gonna get something or something's gonna happen to us, it's gonna happen to us. Like, I can't even tell you. And since that time, she is now, thankfully, she is cancer free. However, because of complications, she had to go through a stem cell transplant to be able to become cancer free. And since that stem cell transplant, she has now suffered complications from that have put her back into the hospital and stuff on occasion. And yeah, it's just like the weirdest stuff. And the doctors, like, she was in ICU, and I can laugh about this now because at the time it was not funny. It was not funny at all. But I can laugh about this now. But it put her back in ICU, and all the doctors, up here, the hospital that we were at is a teaching hospital, and they never, like, they hardly ever actually bring people around to your rooms. Like, she's been in and out of the hospital so many times, like, it's ridiculous. We know it very well. They hardly do that ever. This time, they did. Because she had contracted this rare disease because she didn't have a good immune system or anything after her stem cell transplant, and just stuff that she had gone through. She had contracted this rare disease that apparently is so rare they had to get medicine flown in from India, and they couldn't get it here in time to help her. Like, her health was going downhill too fast. So yeah, they ended up having to like put her into, I guess, like a medically induced coma, just to keep her alive long enough for the medicine to get here. Like, that's the kind of weird things that happened to my family and I. Like I don't know anybody else that has been through something like that. Like, and I was like, well, I mean, if it's a disease and it's a possible thing, I would think that you guys, being a very large hospital, very, very large, you guys would have the appropriate medicine. Like, and they're like, well, we've never seen a case like this before, ever. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, every student in the hospital got to learn from her then. I'll tell you that for sure. Like, everyone was coming by her room, and they couldn't go in because they didn't fully understand like what was going on. But yeah, and she was really bad off, and she couldn't, like, if somebody had been near a patient that had something contagious, she couldn't catch that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could not afford that. Like, she was already in such bad shape and did not have a good immune system. So nobody was allowed in her room except for like me and the nurse taking care of her. Like the doctor would come in, but they had to go through this whole like cleansing process before they could enter her room. So the doctor would come in sometimes, but most of the time they'd have me meet them in the hallway. But it was insane. I feel like I shouldn't be telling you guys this. My mom's gonna kill me. I'm gonna check with her before I post this because she's gonna be like, Mandy, why are you telling everybody my business? But I had to explain to you guys, like, some of the craziest stuff happens to our family. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. But it's not just her. Like, I have been chased by crazy people in the KKK, and I don't even know. Like, crazy stuff happens down here. I'm not really sure why. And I have a lot of stories, but I feel like we should not get into them today. So I'm just gonna finish up this eye look really quickly, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished product. How about that? Alright guys, I'm back. I just went ahead and finished my eyeliner and just quickly popped on some lashes. But other than that, everything else we did on this look was on camera. I really don't know, guys, if I was supposed to tell you all these things. Like, I'm gonna have to check with my mom to make sure it's okay for me to talk about her on here. I feel so bad. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means that I edited it out because, so, yeah. I just really wanted to take the opportunity today to tell you guys just a little bit about me, you know, what makeup means to me. I mean, makeup means a lot to me. Like, it is my stress reliever. It is my therapy, like physical therapy. It is everything to me. Like, I absolutely love it. And I have so much to share. Like, I have so many things to share with you guys about, you know, makeup in general, tips, tricks, different, you know, makeup hacks, different ways to do your makeup. So I don't really know what else to say other than that, guys. Just thank you for sticking with me. If you've made it this far and all I've been doing is just like talking my head off about everything on the planet, then thank you so much. Also, if you've made it this far, you might as well give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. So till next time, guys, I'll see you later.